What is your biggest fear? Some people would say it's spiders, others would say it's heights, and some would say it's dying. But an underlying fear I think that we all have is that we are afraid of growing old. We don't want to grow old, and we don't want to get to the point where we need help with performing the basic activities of daily living. But because there's no way to stop aging or slow down the process of aging, we are going to get that old and we will need help from others. This is why the importance of a CNA is so much. I feel that CNAs are an important part of our community, and I'd like to tell you why. A CNA, by definition of the Nursing Assistant Guide, is a certified nurse's aide who helps patients and clients with their healthcare needs under the supervision of a registered nurse or a licensed practical nurse. I am a CNA in my community at an assisted living, and it's my job to help my elders any way that I can. I want to tell you the roles and duties of a CNA through the use of a care plan, assisting with daily activities, and gaining the residents' trust and the emotional side of taking care of residents. Just like every snowflake is unique, every resident is also unique. And because they're unique, everybody is cared for in a different way, and in order to know how a certain resident is cared for, we have to follow a care plan. The care plan is based off of a diagnosis of the resident and what their individual needs are. There is, on a care plan, you would find how the resident needs to be transferred and lifted, how much oxygen they need to be on, if they need to be on oxygen, what kind of medications they're on. And because there's so much private information on the care plan, we, by law, are required to keep all of this to ourselves. We are not allowed to tell anybody about this. And it is because of the HIPAA law, HIPAA, which stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, that we are not allowed to say anything about our residents. They have the right to this privacy, and HIPAA was set up to provide privacy for the individually identifiable information that we come encounter with about the residents. Because we can't tell anybody about this, it's very important that we make sure that we don't slip anything up to anybody. Unless the person needs a clinical need for the information, that is the only time we're allowed to give out information about our residents. Although a lot of it is private, there is a lot of universality to caring for our patients. We, as a CNA, we help them to the bathroom, we help them with going to dinner, we help them with eating dinner, we help them showering, we help get a remote for them or turn down the air conditioning, anything like that. One of the most basic tasks of a CNA is lifting and transferring a resident. Lifting and transferring a resident, according to the Sweeney Law Firm website, is a task that has a lot of room for error, which is where a lot of the injuries and incidents occur in a nursing home, because the staff don't follow proper procedure or the resident is not cooperating. That's when most of the injuries and incidents happen. We have to follow the procedure as set out in the care plan as to how to lift and transfer residents. There are three most common ways of transferring a resident. One is a gait belt, which is a belt that is secured around the waist of a resident. It helps the CNA to lift them and transfer them from one chair to another. We use it as a sense of protection for the resident and us. If the resident would fall or slip, we can easily grab the belt and hold them up so they don't fall. The second way is a sit-to-stand, which is a machine that helps the resident from a seated position to a standing position, and then we can swivel them to move from one chair to another. The third way is a Hoyer lift, which is actually a machine who does the lifting, and this is used for residents who can't bear their own weight or are too heavy for CNAs to lift. We also help them with going to the bathroom. We take them to the bathroom, we clean them, we help them brush their teeth, wash their face, brush their hair, brush their teeth. It's all what they need, really. We can help them take a shower. Whatever they need from us, we do for them. We also help with the oxygens. We have to make sure that their portable oxygen is full at all times. We have to make sure that they're on the correct amount of liters, which you would find in the care plan. And we also have to make sure that they are wearing their oxygen and wearing it correctly. A lot of residents forget to put their oxygen on, or they are confused about how to put it on and they need our help. We also help with tidying their rooms. A lot of them can't keep their rooms in the best shape that they would like to because of the mobility aspect. So it's our job to help them tidy up their room and make sure that they are living in a safe environment. We take out the trash, we do laundry, we make beds, anything that they need assistance with, we do. Although a lot of it is physical, we do a lot of emotional too. We are more than just a caretaker for them. We are friends, we are family. A lot of them don't have family that come visit them very often, or their family has passed away, or their family's out of town, or don't have time to come see them. And so a lot of them spend most of their days alone, and the only contact they get is with us. And so when we go to visit them or check on them, we often get to hear a lot of stories and a lot of complaints about how they don't like something, or they are upset about something, or they're confused. A lot of people have memory loss, and we need to help them remember who they are and where they've come from. One of my residents called me to her room one time after she'd woken up from a nap, and she had forgotten completely who she was and where she was from and how she got there. And it was really hard to see because I care for my residents, and seeing her in a state of such confusion was really hard to see and bear with, but I helped her through that, and that made me feel good about myself. Yes, we do a lot of the grunt work, but it is very rewarding. We get to go home at the end of the day, and I know that I helped my residents and I made their days better, and that in itself is more of a reward than getting paid for doing the job. I feel like my job, even though I am a CNA and I'm the lowest on the totem pole and I do all the grunt work and the work that nobody else wants to do or they can't stand to do, but I feel like my job is so much more important than some of the other jobs in our community where they aren't able to help people or be there for somebody. And that's why I feel like CNAs are so important to our community, because we are there for our elders when our elders were there for us.